So Namaskara. Today I am going to be discuss here to management of translation exposure. The management of translation exposure, also known as a accounting exposure. Exposure is the risk that a company equities, assets, liabilities, and income will be changed in the value as a result of exchange rate changes. Here is it want to be impact on whether present cash flows or future cash flows. It impact on only for financial statement, whether it might be income statement or balance sheet. So it impact on balance sheet as well as income statement due to the changes in exchange rate. So that risk we need to be managed by using of different hedging techniques. So that is we are going to be using today class is that we are going to be using of hedging techniques for managing of translation exposures. Along with that, we are going to be using of different methods of managing translation exposure. So this is the usually we are going to be using of two techniques, that is hedging techniques. The another one is methods of management of translation exposure. So these are the first one is that for managing of translation exposure, we are going to be using of first one is contractual hedges and natural hedges. These two types of hedging techniques for management of translation exposure. So one of these hedging techniques we were used for management of transaction exposure. Even though same hedging techniques also we are going to be using for management of translation exposure. If you want to regarding of these hedging techniques, we can refer another videos which is I kept link in below. Let's we can go for next techniques, that is methods of management of translation exposure. As per the international accounting standard, so it says that it suggested that we need to be translate of our income statement as well as balance sheet by using of these four methods, that is current rate method, the second method is current and non-current rate method, third one is monetary non-monetary method, the fourth one is temporal method. So here is that, so let me there is some conditions. So here is that each and every problems we need to be identify which company is a subsidiaries, where is the located of subsidiary and where is the located of parent company. Here is subsidiary company, where it is located, what is that currencies, it submission of it is a financial statement in the form of local currency basis currency, it has to be submit to its parent company. But parent companies it has to be summarized from other country to the parent companies. So that's what that currencies we will call as a reporting currency. Suppose you assume that USA as a parent company, there is a one subsidiary in India. So India has to be submit financial statement by using of Indian rupee. It has to be submitted to the parent company. The what the parent company done, no? It collected annual report from the subsidiaries which is located in India. The collected amount in the form of Indian rupees is there, no? It should be converted into USA dollars. While converting, it has to, so there is some procedures as per the international accounting standard. Few items we need to be converted at a current rate. Few of the item of the balance sheet or income items you should be converted at a historical rate as well as current rate. Otherwise, we may go for average rate also. So this is the most important for us. We need to be convert Indian rupees into means parent company or desired country currencies. We need to be convert, whether you may be convert at a historical rate or current rate. Let's there is some um, for conversion of these four methods. There is some procedures are there. So here is that first one is the here is it consisting of five columns. In first column indicates that foreign exchange rate, whether we need to be converted to a current rate or whether we need to be converted to a historical rate. So by using of current rate methods, here is all the item which is comes under the balance sheet, whether short term liability or long term liability or fixed assets or current assets. All the items should be converted at a current rate. That methods we will call as a current rate method. Irrespective of item, you should be converted at a current rate. This is next one is that second method, current and non-current rate method. So here is that so here is current assets and current liability. Only two items. Liability one items. I think current assets. Sorry, current liabilities in the liabilities and current assets in the asset side. Only current assets and current liability should be converted at a current rate under the current and non-current rate method. So rest of the items are there, no? I think long-term liabilities and fixed assets. Those should be converted at a historical rate as per the current and non-current rate method. Next comes to the third method, that is a monetary and non-monetary method. So here is that. So all the liabilities in the balance sheet plus only current assets except inventory, those items should be converted at a current rate. So here is all the items of liability side plus all the current assets except inventories, those items should be converted at a current rate. In case of all the fixed assets and inventory, these items should be converted at a historical rate. This is next to temporal method. Fourth method. So here is that this is also similar to the monetary and non-monetary methods. So here is that all the liabilities, whether short-term liabilities and long-term liabilities, plus current assets, all the current assets, if inventory is shown at a market price, MP means market price. So we need to be converted at a current rate. Suppose if they not mentioned market price means, then we can consider as a historical rate. So here is that all the liabilities plus all the current assets. If the inventory is shown at a market price, then we can consider under the current rate. If they're not given means, then we can put it under the historical rate. This is next one is all the fixed assets plus inventory. If the inventory is not shown market price, then we can put it under the historical rate. Suppose if the inventory is not given anything, we can assume as your wish, whether you may be considered as a current rate, whether you may be considered as a historical rate. So this is the as per the four method basis, we need to be calculate whether translation method, whether it is a gain or loss. So this is the procedure for calculation of translation exposure. We can easily we can understand by using of problem. Here there is a problem. That problem is belonging to the translation exposure. With the help of the four method basis, we are going to be managing of translation exposures for reporting of annual report. Report should be consolidated done by the parent companies, which is submitted by the subsidiary companies. Okay, let's so look at the problems. We can easily we can understand by using of translation exposures. So here is that problems and management of translation exposures. There is a problem is that find out the translation loss or gain on the basis of following data supplied by the Indian subsidiary to its parent unit in the USA. So here is that there is a two nation is involving of import or exporting of goods and services. So here is India and USA. Who is the importer? Sorry, it is not importer. So where is the located of subsidiary companies? Where is the located of parent company? So here is in India there is a subsidiary company and USA is a parent company. So here is below balance sheet, which is prepared by the Indian subsidiary companies. The subsidiary company's submission of this balance sheet to the its parent company. So we can understood that. So USA company, it has to be report. There is an Indian value of rupees is there that should be reported in the form of dollar basis by using of any by using of our different methods of translation exposure for management purpose. So look at here that there is a liabilities. First column liabilities, second column is amount in the form of rupees in million basis. The asset, the amount and rupees in million basis. So look at liability. There is a current asset, current liabilities 400 millions are there. Share capital 1,000 million rupees are there. Bonds 600 million is there. Retained earnings 400 millions are there. Series current assets, current liabilities are 400 millions. Share capital, this is the long-term liabilities. Bonds also. So retained earnings also. This is a next one is assets and amount rupees in the form of million basis. Here is cash 100 million rupees. Marketable securities 100 million rupees. Debtors 200. Inventory 300. Land and buildings 600. Plant and machinery is 800. Next furniture 300. So this is the Indian subsidiary companies submission of it is balance sheet to the parent companies which is located in USA. So under that they had given the value of currencies during reporting. Series in the problem they had given that two prices, that is the historical rate rupees 40 rupees per US dollar, current rate is rupees 46 rupees per US dollar. So this is, so by using of four methods, we need to be find out whether which method provides gaining or which method gives losses. So by using a four method basis, we need to be calculate translation exposures. As I told that this is the procedure for calculating. So four methods. I told that this is the procedures. These are the four methods are there. Existing information you need to be convert with by using of these four methods. As I told that this is a current rate method, current and non-current rate method. Third one is monetary, non-monetary method. The fourth one is that is temporal method. So we can find the solution whether it is a gaining or loss by using of current rate method or current and non-current rate method or monetary, non-monetary method or temporal method with help of these procedures basis. We can write it here is that solution. Here is that. So first we need to be write it results of different methods of current translation exposure. So here I told no, India is the subsidiary companies and USA is a parent companies. So now we need to be draw. So each and every items. So this is the balance sheet items. This is the assets. This we need to be write it each and every items. So in the first column you have to be write it balance sheet items. Each items which is existed in available information in problems. So second column is that rupees in local currency. Of course, what they are reported, what the subsidiary companies reported in annual report or balance sheet, we need to be write it. The third column that we need to be write it historical rate. So all items should be converted to a historical rate basis. So this is this. So next four methods are there, no? So some of the items you need to be converted to historical rate. Some of the items should be converted to a current rate basis. So that's why I kept it here is current rate is rupees 46 rupees per US dollar. In case of historical rate is 40 rupees per US dollar. So here is that value of Indian rupee is depreciated from 40 rupees to 46. If the depreciated means, so how it may be impact on our balance sheet? Shall I use current rate method? Shall I use current non-current rate method, or monetary non-monetary method, or temporal method? Which would be gives profit, which would be gives loss. So we need to be find with help of available information in this problem. So look at that. What are the items are there in these problems? I am going to be discuss. See, this is I kept it same total assets here. So what you want to do means, so second column is there are rupees in local currencies. What is the existed values? We can copy and paste it. Here is just all the items I'm going to be keeping. This is total is in the form of Indian rupees. Rupees means in the form of million basis. Here is I'm going to be pasting each item values. Same, I'm going to be converting total liabilities values. I'm going to be writing which is existed. So this is the first we have to be done it. So I done only for it is what is the data is existed in balance sheet. Copy it and paste it here. So now what you want to do means these values should be convert at a historical rate. So here is that. So this 100 rupees is there. Here is rupees. So means 100 rupees in the form of million basis. Just you can assume that 100 rupees. So here is by giving of 40 rupees, I would get $1. Suppose if I have 100 rupees, if I have 100 rupees, by selling of 100 rupees, so how much dollar I would get it? Here is I may get it only for $2.5. Yes, I would get it. This is second column. It indicates rupees in the form of Indian rupee. In case of third column, it indicates that this is the dollars. So look at that here. 40 rupees is equal to $1. In case of 100 rupees, how much dollar? I think $2.5. So all items should be converted to historical rate. Same in case of 100, here is also same 2.5. So in case of 200, how much it comes? So it comes 5. 300 with 7.5. 600 15. 800. What is the item? Plant and machinery. That is 20. 300 means 7.5. Yes, again we need to be convert at a total liabilities also. All the current liabilities are there 400. Yes, so 400 means it comes $10. In case of $1,000, In case of 1000 in rupees are there, it should be converted to USA dollar. So it comes 25, bonds 15, there is a 10. So here is what we want to do, means we need to be calculate total asset and total liabilities. Yes, as per this total asset in what is existed in balance sheet, we need to be calculate. Initially, we need to be calculate. So it comes now we need to make a total. So it comes so 100, 100, 200, 400, 700, 1300. Here is 2400. So of course there is equal. If you go for total liabilities also 2400. So again we need to be calculate historical value also. Second column it indicates in the form of Indian rupees. In case of third column it indicates historical rate in the form of US dollar basis. Here is if we added means it comes total is $60. Total liabilities also it comes same, that is $60. So here is that one is that we should not find out here. So we need to be find so what is the balance is there, no balance we need to be here is $60. Total asset how much is there? 60 minus liabilities. So 60 minus 10. First we need to be calculate total liabilities. So 10 plus 25, that is 35 plus 15, 40, 50. 50 total asset is 60 minus 50. So rest of the comes 50. Sorry, 10. This is the total of it should be match with total asset should be matched with total liability. Yes. So this is next. What we want to do is by using of these four methods. The first method is that current rate method. Here is that the second column rupees in the rupees in local currencies. You know, local currency should be converted to a current rate method. Here is that by giving of 46 rupees, we would get $1. At the same time, by giving of 100 rupees, so how much dollar we would get? So by selling of 46 rupees, we would get $1. At the same time, by giving of 100 rupees, how much dollar we would get? By using of current rate method is rupees 46 rupees per US dollar. So how much we have? 100 rupees. By selling of 100 rupees, how much dollar we would get? So you may be getting of 2.17 dollar we will get. Same. So again, you need to be calculate. So here same also. Marketable securities, how much is there? 100 is there. Now again it comes 2.17 in case of debtors. In case of debtors, 4.34. So by selling up 300 rupees, how much dollar we would get it? So you may be getting of 6.51. Yes, in case of 600 rupees, by selling of 600 rupees, so we would get $13.02. So in case of plant and machineries, by selling of 800 rupees, we would getting of $17.36. Next, in case of furniture, 6.51. So again, you need to be find out same by selling of $400. So we would get the dollar is 8.68. In case of share capital, 21.70. By selling of 1,000 rupees, we would getting of $21.70. In case of bonds, by selling of 600 rupees, we would get 13.02. This is dollar. So what I told you, again, we need to be keep it is bracket. So now we need to be total, we need to be had current rate method. Total, what is the amount, total asset is there. So total asset, it comes, current rate method is that 52.08. So again, total asset should be matched with here total 52.08. So now, so I think you need to make it bracket. So here is also, so how much the differences it comes that, so 52.08, then differences it comes 1.32. So first we need to be add total asset minus these liabilities. If you minus, so what is the rest? What is the differences? That difference should be amount. You need to be keep it here. Here is bracket. So this is, I think this is the, it indicates that we need to be calculate. Here is 1.32 is, so difference you need to be compared with our current rate. So that's why it comes loss. Now we need to be calculate total asset. Again, total asset, how much is the here is there. Then what is the total liabilities? So here just you can take 52.08 minus, let's you can take, this is total assets. You should take in black. So minus. So first we need to be had. Here is we have 43. 43.4. $43.4. 43.4. If you minus, so we would getting of difference is that 8.68. 8.68. So here is 8.68 should be compared with the historical rate. So here is $10 is there, and here is 8.68. So here is the retained earnings is there, no? In case of by using of historical data, we would getting of $10. So by using of current rate methods, we would getting of 8.68. So what is the difference? Is 10 minus 8.68. So it comes 1.32. This is loss. So by using of current rate methods, so there is a losses is incurred. That loss is $1.32. So by using of current rate method. So okay. So again, there is a total liability should be here. So here is the loss is there. No, how much loss? We can write it in bracket 1.32. This is the loss. Next, we can go for current and non-current rate method. The procedures, what it says that all the current assets and all the current liabilities should be converted at a current rate. All the long-term liabilities and fixed assets should be converted at a historical rate. Just look at here, there is a procedure. Here is current and non-current rate method. All the current assets and current liabilities should be converted at a current rate. Fixed assets and long-term liability should be converted at a historical rate. So look at here is that the cash is current assets. Now we need to be converted at a current rate. Current rate, how much is there? This is the fourth column indication of current rate method. So 2.17 current rate method. Same marketable assets to current assets. Again, it comes 2.17. The debtors also 4.34. Inventory also current assets 6.51. Land and building. Look at that. So I'm going to giving of colors. This is the these are current rate. These are the historical rate. Historical rate. So look at that. These all the current assets I need to be converted to a current rate. Look at that here also. Share is current liabilities is there. Share capital is long term. Share bond is that is the long term liabilities the organizations. So here is all the current assets and current liabilities should be converted to a current rate. So as per the so here is all the long term liabilities and fixed assets should be converted to historical rate. So these are the historical rates I'm going to be convert. Convert. So this is. So now we need to be calculate. This is the current and non-current rate method basis. So all the current assets and current liabilities should be converted at a current rate. Then fixed assets and long-term liability should be converted to historical rate. Now we need to be calculate total. What is the total asset? I'm going to be using of MS Excel. So it comes 57.69. 57.69. Here is that again you integrate for the total it comes 48.68. You can write it 57.69 minus this the total is 48.68. 48.68. Okay. So differences is that differences 9.01. 9.01. Next, just you can compare 9.01 compared with the 10. Series, there is a loss is there. Again, how much you need to be had to equivalent to the 10 means, so we need to be had. So we need to be had 0.99. It will become a 10. So this is also, it comes loss. So anyway means, so again, so loss again, the total asset must be matched with total liabilities, that is 57.69. So this is also loss 0. So means nearly $1. So by using of current and non-current rate method, it shows loss. We can discuss the third method is that monetary and non-monetary methods. So what it says, the instruction is that all the liabilities and current assets except inventory. So except inventories, so all the items should be converted at a current rate. Only inventory and fixed assets, well, these are we can convert at a historical rate. Let's, here is there all the current liability should be, all the liability should be converted at a current rate. Just I'm going to pick up current, but here is that all the current assets should be converted at a current rate except inventory. Next, what it says that inventory and all the fixed assets should be converted at a historical rate. Yes. So this is as per the these procedures, all the liabilities and current assets except inventory, those items should be converted at a current rate. Then inventory and fixed assets should be converted at a historical rate. So now we need to be find out what is the total. I'm going to be using of MS Excel. So total asset, how much it comes? 58.68. 58.68. So this is also comes same 58.68. Now we need to be find out retained earnings, whether it is a profit or loss. So total assets, how much it comes? So 43.4. 58.68 minus 43.4. 43.4. So how much it comes means? So differences is 15. 15.4. 15 15.28 15.28. Just we can compare here is 15.8 say it is minus. So we can take here is 15.1 minus 10. Just we can take that is how much it comes 5.28. This is the profit. So look at that. We can go for all the items also like this. Here is 8.68 minus 10. So is equal to how much it comes? So one part that is loss. Share is also minus 10. We would getting of here loss. Share is that how much is there? 5.8 is the positive is there. Let's we can take 5.28. Yes, by using of monetary and non-monetary methods, there is a profit is there. So this is the 5.28. There is a profit is there by using of monetary non-monetary method. Next you can go for temporal method. So what it says that all the liabilities and all the liabilities and all the current assets should be converted to a current rate. All the liabilities and all the current assets. If the inventory is shown at a market price, then only we can convert it to a current rate. Otherwise, we need to be converted to a historical rate. In this problem, it didn't mention any market value for that check. So I will going to be considered as a market value or market price. So I will consider inventory also part of current asset because in this problem they didn't mention any market price or they are not mentioned for that check. I am considered as a current rate method basis. So here is all the liabilities plus all the current assets should be converted to current rate. So next one is all the fixed assets should be converted to historical rate. So here is that. So here is all current assets should be converted to a current rate. Then all liabilities should be converted to a historical rate. Sorry, current rate. Next one is all fixed assets should be converted to historical rate. Only 3 items are there. So this is it. See the formula what it says that all the liabilities and all the current assets should be converted to a current rate. Only fixed assets should be converted to a historical rate. Suppose if it comes to the inventory, if the market price is mentioned, then we can convert at a current rate. If they're not mentioned, then we can go for the historical value basis. Just what is the total? So total is 57.69. 57 point again I'm going to be writing here 57.69 minus again I need to make total is total liabilities, that is 43.4. 43.4. So we would getting difference is 14.29. 14 point 14.29. 14.29. Again, you need to be compared with minus. So historical rate, how much is there? 10. So how much you would get it? So here is 14.29 minus 10. So we would getting of 4.29 is the profit. Yes, what is the total? 57.69. What is the profit? 4.29 is the profit. So this is the solution for calculation or management of translation exposure. So at last we need to be write it comment. So it is found that current rate method, look at here, current rate method and non-current rate method, current methods, so it shows that loss by translation exposure basis, by translation of our currencies. So both method, current and non-current rate methods are showing up loss. But in case of monetary, non-monetary method or temporal methods, so both the methods are showing is showing of profit. This is the profit and gain is rises due to the changes of value of currency. The value of rupee is depreciated from the 40 rupees to 46 rupees. For that check, by using of four methods, among four methods, two methods are indicating of loss, remaining two methods are indicating of profit. In this problem, current rate method and non-current rate methods are showing of loss, and rest of the two methods, that is a monetary and non-monetary methods and temporal method, these two methods are showing of loss, sorry, profit. So this is we need to be write it in comment basis. So this is regarding of solution of this problem. Yes, if you have any doubt, we can paste it your doubts. Thank you, one and all.